Luke 4:18 says that Jesus came to bind up the brokenhearted and set the captives free. Last weekend, we set the atmosphere to give space for just that as we gathered for our Freedom Conference. We had 240 people come, and the presence of God was undeniable. One person even gave their life to Jesus, and countless others were baptized in the Holy Spirit. We saw people experience freedom from wounds and burdens they didn't even know they were still carrying. It was a weekend full of breakthrough, healing, and deep encounters with God. And today, we're taking time to celebrate all that He did. To start us off, here's a quick look back at some of the incredible moments from Freedom Conference. Who is your enemy? The father of lies. And he's got to watch as your Father in heaven is setting the table. He's got to watch as your Father in heaven is providing for you and promoting you and protecting you and doing all the things that the father of lies said that he would never do.
You have that, and you can have that, Lord. No, you can have that over there, but I'm going to hold on to this. And God is saying, no, I want it all. I want the total control of your lives.
What's our purpose in life? It's not so that you get married and have 2.5 kids and a dog and a white picket. That's not. We exist to give God glory.
What an amazing picture of what happens when we invite Jesus into our pain, our past, and our process. He brings healing and freedom. Stories are already starting to pour in. People are sharing what God did in their lives and how they've been freed from fear, anxiety, worthlessness, shame, and so much more. So let's go deeper. We asked people one question: what has God freed you from? Check this out.
God has freed me from unsteadiness. He's taught me that even when things are changing or not going the way that I planned, I can trust in Him, and He's my firm foundation, so I don't need to worry.
And God has freed me from childhood trauma. When I was younger, I had a parent who was hurt from their parent, and the wounds were not healed yet. And when I was raised, the wounds carried over to me, and God has freed me from that now.
God freed me from believing that I had to let people abuse me or use me and take advantage of me in order to love me.
God has freed me from the need to take my medication for my depression. And it was one night where I forgot to take my antidepressant. I was at worship night, and I was shedding tears. For the first time in a very, very long time, I shed genuine tears at just what God was doing in that night. And I feel like I saw His face truly that night for the first time. And in that moment, I just wanted to continue experiencing that same joy and just pureness of not being held back in my emotion. It numbs your emotions, but God let me experience my emotions fully again, and it's been a wild but beautiful ride.
The Lord's freed me from feelings of worthlessness and shame, and now I can see myself as a child of God and fully live in what He's called me to do.
God freed me from some obstacles that I could not get past, and He's actually lifted the problem out of my life. He's taken the problem that I couldn't get past and just simply removed it, which gives me the opportunity to get past that. And I'm forever grateful for the grace of God coming into my life.
God has freed me from not feeling worthy. I think my whole life I've been striving so hard to be just looked as worthy and enough. And God has freed me from that. And I'm thankful, and I'm just ready to walk out of these doors right now free from that. You know, he broke that chain, that bondage of mine that's been holding me back for years and years of my life. It's took a toll on me, but no longer will I feel that way. I know I am worthy and I'm enough. Love you, Jesus.
Whether you attended Freedom Conference or not, we want to invite you to be part of the breakthrough work that God is doing by joining a Freedom Group. This summer, we'll continue walking in the freedom Jesus offers. Freedom Groups are a place where we can continue growing together, breaking free from strongholds, and continue the journey God has us on. We would love for you to join us. And we've got good news. If you missed this conference, we have another one coming up this fall. So stay tuned in and keep an eye out for when registration opens later this year. As we get ready to worship together today, let's lean in with hearts full of expectation and gratitude for the freedom Jesus brings. Thank you for joining us as we continue to partner with the work of God in people's lives.